Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acomb. We are broadcasting from the Hesselson studio. And in that studio this morning, we're talking about Radium Girls. Thanks so much for being on the program.
Hey, Frank.
Are you getting excited? It's almost ready to kick off.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Does it make you
3
nervous?
weeks to go.
Nervous? Excited?
I don't know, a little bit of both.
Yeah. It's far enough away that it's excited.
Yeah.
And then the week of, it's nervous.
Maybe we get another week and a half, and then you get the butterflies.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh.
And I definitely want to talk about what the play is all about.
Sure.
But when you say that, what's a typical rehearsal look like?
So it really depends on when in the process
Okay.
we are. So towards the beginning, we're reading through the play, reading through the scenes, kind of getting them up on their feet, playing around,
Yeah.
working on our characters, discovering what's happening in each scene. And then what would you say happens next, Zoe?
Oh, after that, once we have the groundwork done, it's putting our scripts down and really interacting with
yeah.
each other and feeling what we're not planning ahead, but feeling what we're feeling in the moment as our characters.
Sure.
And going with that, and then folding in the technical things as we got further along.
Oh, wow. So now you're a nursing student?
Mm-hmm.
How does that fit into your schedule?
So I have a lot of my nursing responsibilities in the mornings, and then after at a certain point in the afternoon, I switch over and I'm all about theater.
Like a light switch, right?
Yep.
So tell us about the play, either of you. Radium Girls.
So Radium Girls was written by D.W. Gregory in 2000.
Okay.
So it's a modern play about 100 years ago.
Okay.
So it's set 100 years ago in the early 20th century. The play spans multiple years. It starts in the teens and ends in the late 20s.
Okay.
And it follows the true story of the Radium Girls, this group of women in New Jersey. And actually, there was another group in the Midwest, but this play follows the Radium Girls of New Jersey, who worked in a dial painting factory.
Okay.
So when radium was discovered, one of the uses that they made of it was to paint the dials on watches so that they would glow in the dark for the soldiers.
Okay.
And so that was their job. It was very, fine. They had to be looking at those little dials. They had these paint brushes, and they would have to paint very finely on the brushes where the numbers were.
Okay.
And in order to get the paint onto those little dials, they had to point the paintbrush, and they used their mouth to do it. Wow. So they would put the radium laced paint in their mouth to make the paintbrush work.
Oh my gosh,
And
because
they
no
got
one knew.
sick.
Because no one knew.
They didn't know, or did they, is one of the questions of the play, or how much was understood and when was it understood is a question that comes up in the play. But they didn't know the full extent, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And reading up on it, there is humor involved in this, because what you just described is not the most humorous scenario.
No, it's quite gruesome.
Yeah.
But the play has humor, absolutely.
Oh,
Would
I
you
would
say,
say so.
Zoe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how big is the cast?
Let's see.
We have 10.
10?
That's
Yep.
the number.
10?
And they play 30 characters.
So
between them.
that's what. Okay, so
Yes,
that's my
there's-
next question.
You could do the play with more, and I chose it so that if, let's say 20 people came out for the play,
You could.
I could spread the roles across
Sure.
and give more people an opportunity, but it worked out to be 10.
How do you prepare to play so many characters?
So going into it, what I did was I did research on each of the people that we were supposed to do. We had activities where we would write down given circumstances for our characters, their age, what they're doing, all that kind of thing. And I don't know. I think it's a little hard to explain. It's just something you kind of do, I guess.
You have to do, right? You don't have a choice.
Right. 'Cause, there's scenes where I'm two different characters in the same scene.
Oh, wow.
And it's gonna switch, I'm this one girl and then I'm someone else entirely. And you just kind of move over and...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. One of the things Zoe's, maybe you're struggling to describe, but that she does really well, is you do turn on that dime, and what you have to do is make big choices that differentiate the characters. You're going to have some small costume change because it's so quick, you can't change your entire outfit. So you have to use your voice, you have to use your body shape to depict a different character.
Oh, interesting. Have you ever directed something like that before, where someone plays so many characters?
Probably.
Yeah.
I've definitely done it as an
Yeah,
actor because
right.
I act as well. And I think that is the big, it's the same as playing any characters.
Right.
Like they're different people. They
Sure.
sound different. They have different desires. They move differently. So you have to make that really clear. When you are making quick changes like that, you tend to have to make bigger choices
Yeah, that
to
makes
make sure the audience knows, like, who am I now?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one of the characters you like to play?
Oh, I'm a little biased to Irene Rudolph.
Okay.
She's one of the Radium girls. I love her a lot.
Yeah.
She's kind of sassy.
Okay.
But also Miss Wiley, or Catherine Wiley, she is like a spokeswoman for the Radium girls, and she's a very strong presence, and she's a lot of fun to try and figure out how to play.
I'm sure. Well, how long did this production like this take? When did you start rehearsing? Excuse me.
Mid-September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a quick turnaround.
Yeah. It's 6.5 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. That's customary.
Is it really? It
Yeah.
seems it would take me longer to learn all those characters. I know that. So how long have you specifically been doing theater?
Oh, I've been doing like productions since I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
And yeah, so and middle school. Then we had like COVID and stuff, so
Oh.
I did like virtual productions.
Yeah.
And whatever. But
Yeah, I forgot about that. Not that I forgot about COVID, but the life was completely different. There were no plays. Yeah. Wow. And now how long have you been as a director?
I've been, well, we can go even further back and say I've been working in the theater
Sure.
since I was a kid as well. I started as a dancer. I came to directing later after acting, so I went to school for acting
Okay.
for undergrad, and then I went back for applied theater, which is kind of using theater in non-traditional settings.
Okay.
This is a traditional setting, and I've kind of got my directing chops built up working in community. So working with people who don't normally do theater,
Yeah.
and that's a great like transition over to. I've taught acting for a while and directing students because they're also often not complete novices, and so he came to us like somewhat fully formed. Everyone can grow, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, directing plays with existing scripts is something that I haven't done as much of. So it's really fun to get to pick them and figure out what's best for the students to do, what's best for our school and larger Elmira community to do, and Chemung County community to do, what people want to come and see. And so, yeah, this problem solving of directing and coordinating all of that is going to be the same whether you made up the play with community members or someone wrote the script,
Sure.
right? What are the lights going to do? What kind of space are we going to use? How are we going to move the performers from, the beginning part to a fully fledged, production, stage-worthy production? So,
And I assume this is your decision. Why did you? What drew you to this play to kick off the season?
yeah. So we do 2 shows a year, a fall play and a winter musical. And I'm looking at a lot of different factors. I was looking for a piece that had flexibility in casting, both gender-wise and in numbers.
Right.
And this really fit the bill for
Sure.
that, as does our musical, 12th Night, which is a musical of Shakespeare's play.
We'll have to talk to you then.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll be back. We'll be back in January, February for that.
okay.
So I wanted a play that was flexible in those ways, and a play, and I talked to the students about this, that was asking a bigger question about what it means to be human.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be entertaining, and it's also going to challenge us to consider the themes of the play in our own lives, in our own time. Why did Gregory write Radium Girls for the year 2000 about this thing that happened in the 1920s? And so we're grappling with that question as well, its relevance, and some of the language in the play kind of, it's tough language for the students. It's not how we talk, they talked back then.
Yeah.
So they're having to figure that out. How do we move? So it's an acting challenge as well for the students.
Do you find that trickling into your talking day to day? You now sound like you're in the 20s.
Oh, I've always kind of, sometimes I talk with some older words in
Okay.
there, so it's not too bad.
So you
but
were ready.
Zoe's not the right person to ask that.
Okay. Now, something I definitely want to bring up, and you kind of touched on a little bit, and this was new to me. You have a New Roots High School senior that's a part of this, and we may not think of that as an Elmira College production, but also in the future, people watching this can also join in the Elmira community, right?
Absolutely. EC Theater, for the past few years, has welcomed community members to come into our auditions.
That's great.
I just started last year, so
Okay.
getting the word out about that is,
Sure.
it's taking its time. But Neo joined us last fall. This is her third show with
Wow.
us. And everyone just screams, Neo, whenever she arrives. And she's also someone who makes big choices and fits right in with the college students.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
They take care of her, and she also sometimes shows them how it's done.
And it's got to be cool
yeah.
to go back to school and talk about hanging out with her college friends.
Exactly.
Probably makes her pretty popular, right? So one thing I think we have to mention, and we should mention, we've talked about the size of the cast and like that, but it can't be done without the people behind the scenes, right?
Absolutely.
How many people does that take to get a play like this off? Ballpark.
Anywhere from 10 to 20.
Wow.
And I think, depending on for our theater,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Getting student schedules, and we've got people that work crew throughout. So we have 2 stage managers, our technical director Scott McGuire, who also works at the Clemens Center, and he's my kind of co-teacher and partner in crime at the Elmira College Theater, and gets everything done backstage. So Scott is kind of our go-to, like, what's the set? How is this going to work? Oh, we need this. I need these tables and chairs, that kind of thing. But we have students doing props, sound design, lighting design. We'll have backstage crew. We have a student doing the assistant costume design.
Oh, that's great.
So you have your designers, and then you have kind of the crew that implements all of what the designers are saying, and then we have the run crew. So that's a whole nother set of people that come in later. That we have box office and ushers
Yeah.
and all of those different jobs that I appreciate you asking that, because it's those hidden jobs that
Yeah.
we can't make a play without them.
No, absolutely not. Before we go, what do people need to know if they want to see D.W. Gregory's Radium Girls?
To get tickets, go to, very simply, elmira.edu.
Okay.
Just search theater performances, and the page will come up with the ticket link. Shows are Friday, November 7th through Sunday, November 9th. There's 4 opportunities to see Radium Girls. It's free for Elmira College community members.
Okay.
$5 for students from other institutions and people under 18. And I would say the show, 5th grade and up, I think could
Okay.
probably, an advanced 10-year-old, there's nothing in it that's like inappropriate
Okay.
in that way. It's just, do they want to sit through that full length play, and would
Yeah.
they follow it? And $10 for adults.
You really can't beat that. I mean, $10 is right, and as
Yeah.
much work as you put into it,
Yeah.
you've earned your $10. That's amazing. So thank you so much for being on the show. Like I said, we'll talk to you in January, February, around that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
All
for
right.
12th night.
All right. Best of luck.
All right, thanks, Frank.
Thank you. All right, we'll be right back with Frankly Speaking. Stay with us.